Mila, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad you came in to meet with me. Um, we've been talking for the last few weeks about your different stresses. You're a counselor and all the things you've been kind of struggling with there. How have you been doing?
Well, I've been really stressed out because my clients are still calling me all the time, all hours of the night. Um, I just feel like I've been stretched too thin. I'm really stressed. I need to learn how to set healthy boundaries.
Okay, well, it sounds like you've been really thinking about how you can deal with the extra stress and being overwhelmed. And it sounds like you're really kind of ready to make a change in that area. What are some of the things that have been happening that kind of have prompted you to seek this change?
Mm, like just going to school it seems like a lot, and then I'm doing two separate jobs is a lot, and then my health hasn't been good, and just a lot of stress, not being able to sleep, not having an appetite. Yeah.
So it sounds like your schedule is a little overwhelming. You're still working as a counselor and at the restaurant, and you're feeling some physical um, symptoms from the stress, and you're also having some, kind of mental health stressors as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, in the last few weeks, since we've been working together to kind of reduce some stress, um, what are some of the um, ideas that you've had about managing your stress? What have you been doing for self care?
Really, I haven't been doing a whole lot for self care. I mean, I have a motorcycle and I ride it sometimes. I listen to a lot of music. I attend meetings, but not as much as I usually do because I feel like I'm always busy doing something with my job. And then when I'm not at work, I have to do something, or I have schoolwork to do. My clients are always calling me, and I have to run over there because I'm over there housing too. So.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're really goal oriented. Like you have some goals. You started school. You want to make some changes with work. You have a couple little outlets with your recovery and your motorcycle, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fun. So when you get really overwhelmed and stressed out, how does it make you feel?
It's a lot. I sometimes just want to give up. Really, I don't want to go to school. I'm still questioning whether or not I want to continue to go to school. I want to look for a different job. But then I feel bad because I care about my clients, and I want to be there for them. So I don't really know that fine line between helping them too much, because I know that once I get off work, I need to be done for the day. I need to shut that off and go on and have my own personal life.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier boundaries, and you say you need to be done once once you clock out. Do you mind if I share with you some knowledge I have about setting boundaries and what that might look like?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when you set a boundary, you don't have, you could take away the guilt from it, because sometimes you might feel a little guilt like you're taking away from your clients, but it seems like you're really empathetic to their needs and you sound like a really good caseworker and counselor. But that's one of the things that you may feel, but setting a healthy boundary kind of removes that guilt because it's about you. It's not about your care for them. And you may also find that there's some resistance in it. At first, your clients may kind of get a little upset with you, and that's something you can expect when you start to set boundaries and you're setting healthy boundaries. But being prepared for that will help you kind of move forward. What do you think one concrete thing you could do to kind of set a boundary?
Probably shut my phone off maybe after 4 o'clock when I clock out. Or just tell them, that I'm only available during work hours.
Yeah. Is there a couple clients, without mentioning names, that you have in mind that kind of maybe take advantage of that time?
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay. So, what do you think the best possible outcome for today would be? Just something small with setting a boundary regarding maybe just the one client, just to kind of open that door a little bit for you in this boundary setting.
Just let her know, I guess, that I have to have time for me too if I don't take care of myself and I can't take care of them, or help them take care of themselves. Be the best counselor if I'm not practicing self-care.
Right. What has kind of made you struggle with boundaries before? Like, what do you think the worst possible outcome would be if you set this boundary with this person? What is like your biggest fear in that?
I feel like maybe they will think, I don't know, that they can't come to me maybe, or I don't know. I don't want them to think that I'm not there for them, but I know there needs to be a time when I'm not always available for them.
Right. What do you think the best possible outcome with setting this boundary with this person would be?
Probably for her to learn that, boundaries are good and to see that example, so that maybe she can set boundaries in her life, because she needs to set boundaries as well, with her counselor. And
you really care about your clients.
Yeah.
What do you think the best outcome for you would be?
Just being able to let that go and not think about that all the time and worry about what they're doing, or jump in to go help them if they need something. Or
you mentioned school. Would that open up more time for you to be able to do schoolwork?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it seems like I'm waiting till the last minute to complete everything on the weekend when it's due, because I work Monday through Friday, but then, I still talk to them on the weekends and help them or whatever as well.
Yeah. Does that kind of increase your anxiety and stress?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So what it sounds like is if you set this boundary, even with this just one specific person, you would have less stress, more time in the evenings to do your homework, which means your weekends are a little bit more free because you have the homework done. You can ride your motorcycle more, go to more meetings, focus on your recovery. What kind of change do you think that would make in your overall life?
It would be great. I think it would make me happier for sure, because I've just kind of been I don't know, it just seems like every day's the same. That's my purpose, is to just be, a counselor. And I have other things in my life that are going on that, that make me happy too. I feel like I can't go spend time with my family because they live kind of far away. So I feel like I always have to be around here and be available for them, my clients. So yeah, it would make me a lot happier. I know it would.
Well, it sounds like, you've kind of thought this through. And you're ready to make some changes to kind of free up your schedule, reduce your stress, just be able to manage. Also elicit to your clients this independence, and that they can too set healthy boundaries. So how would you feel about working on setting that boundary with just the one client just to get started? How would you feel about that?
It sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So, could we agree? Would you want to set an objective for this week? How would that go? What conversation would you have with your client this week about setting that boundary?
I would just make her aware, that I'm sure there's been other people in her life, like counselors or whatever, that she hasn't been able to call, in the evenings or the weekends and things like that, and that we have to have our own lives as well, So it doesn't mean that I'm not there for her, but she knows how to get a hold of me throughout the week and where I am.
Right. So maybe setting that boundary of during my work hours, you're free to contact me anytime. After 5 p.m., my phone will be shut off. I think that's a great goal for this week. Well, good.
Mhm.
Well, I'm glad you came in today. A week from today, we'll see how that boundary went.
Okay.
And I'm here to support you all the way through it. I think you're doing an amazing job. I think you're a great counselor. And I think that you really have some healthy goals in mind to be able to cope with the stress and, you know, working 2 jobs. You're really goal oriented, you know, but also setting those boundaries in place so you can do it in a healthier manner.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for coming in, Mila.
Thank you.